I got Kai, Wilson, Diana, DNS and grandkids, or DS and grandkids, Diana Hinkle, Shelley Edwards. Hello, everybody. Sorry I was a minute late, but I had to turn the sound off, and then I had trouble getting my own live up on the screen. How is everybody? We survived another storm. It's calm now. The sun's trying to come out. But like an hour or so ago, we were battered with another storm. High winds, hail, heavy rain, and we expect more tonight. I don't know how much more my plants can take. Yep, there I am. I'm here. And there's Cindy. Hello, Cindy. Where's my faithful people? I don't see Connie. I don't see Gladys. I don't see Susan. But we got 8 so far. Diana says, hi, Linda. It's just a thunderstorm. Well, they were issuing severe thunderstorm warnings earlier. They also have been issuing flash flood warnings for Granbury. Like I said, I don't worry about the flooding up here because I'm on the top of the mountain. Everything goes down below me, so I'm not usually worried with that. DNS says, what am I, chopped liver? No, I said hello, DS and grandkids. You must not have heard me. And there's Susie. Hello from Yuma, Arizona. Well, hi there, Susie from Yuma, Arizona. Is it as hot in Arizona as it is in Texas? Well, really, it's 81 degrees now. The rain cooled things down a bit. But it's so humid and hot out there. You would think it's 91 instead of 81. I heard you, just kidding. I figured so, Dennis. You have your grandkids with you today or this evening? Don't forget to thumbs up now, y'all. It's 58 and windy here in Arkansas. Ooh, that's a little chilly. It rained hard in Fort Worth. It rained hard here too. I was trying to do that video of me transplanting some plants, and I said, I got to hurry up because it's getting ready to rain. And sure enough, the bottom fell out. I had to come in on the patio, and still I got drenched even under the patio because the wind was blowing all the rain up on me. It's only 104. Oh no. Arizona's hot. Cindy Sandu said, no, Alaska. I tell you, there's sometimes in Texas I wouldn't mind some Alaska weather, but I don't think I could take Alaska all the time. But occasionally to cool off when it hits 104, 105 degrees, yeah, Alaska would feel pretty good about then. I have none of my moderators in the house. That's unusual. Usually Gladys is waiting. But her tablet may not be working. Oh, I'm sorry. It was Alaska, not Arkansas. I'm sorry about that. I looked at it wrong. Yeah, Susie is the one that's in Arizona, I guess, but it's 104 degrees. Yep, the YouTube police are sleeping, looks like it. I don't have not one moderator in the house tonight. This is Thursday, isn't it? Men Gay. Well, hello there, Men Gay. Vintage Country Girl, hello. Sheila Dungeon, hello. Oh, there's Susan. She says she's here. I may begin. Sorry to say we started without you, Susan. I was wondering where my moderators were. Usually Gladys is the first one in. She's usually waiting, but she wasn't here tonight. I guess maybe her tablet or her iPad is not working or something. Or she may be watching. She just can't chat with us. Hope they don't ask or demand a wrench. Wrench lady got scalded. Yeah, I got soaked out there in the rain. My shorts, the legs of them were drenched. I had to come in the house and, take those off and hang them up so they dry. And I put on another pair of shorts. My hair got wet trying to move the pots away from the edge of the house. But the way the wind was blowing, that didn't even do any good. They still got covered in water. Because the wind was blowing that way, right on the pots. Sheila says, I'm a southern lady like you, and some of the videos remind me of my childhood. I love it, sweaty. And there's Claire Quinn. Hi, Claire. How's Claire doing these days? And oh, okay, Helen. Helen Miller's a new member. Welcome, Helen, y'all. Everybody say hello to Helen. She's a new member. He just used my machine to make a label. And hello, Barbara from Pennsylvania. Yeah, I'm planning away here, but some of my plants are getting drowned. Because, usually I have to fix my pots to hold water. And now they're getting so much water, my plants are drowning. And my son said, watch, it'll rain like this, start drowning plants out. And then all of a sudden it'll quit raining and we'll go straight into a drought. And if that don't kill plants, I don't know what else will. There's Connie. We were wondering where Connie was. Diana Hinkle. Hello, Diana. How's Connie doing this evening? Oh, I see, Susan. You showed him how to make a border in different fonts. Susie, and it should be 112 on Friday in Yuma. Oh, the scorpions were a great example. Yeah, I'm finding dead ones out there around my garden and the yard everywhere. As long as they don't come in the house. I get creeped out when they start coming in the house. But they've got enough stuff to get under rocks and all that outside now. So hopefully they're not going to be coming inside. They can stay outside. Susan said, wish that graduate a happy graduation for me. Yeah, me too. Happy graduation. Well, I was going to put my weed barrier cloth down to my watermelon today, and that didn't happen because I got out there transplanting a few plants to keep them from drowning, and about the time I got finished with that, it started pouring down rain. I had to run to the patio. Well, y'all saw it if you watched the video. DNS and grandkids said I graduated Sunday school and never went back. He took him cards and labels to his parent apartment, but I'll tell him when he gets back. But God is great. Yep, that's right. And there's Paul Lovejoy. Hello, Paul. How's Paul doing this evening? Oh, wow, you had sweet corn in your greenhouse over the winter. I can't grow anything in my greenhouse in the winter because it's a flimsy little inexpensive greenhouse with plastic, and it really doesn't hold the heat enough to keep anything from freezing. I mean, it might prolong a little bit of life to some plants, but it doesn't help when it gets freezing cold. Because I lost tree collards and my aloe vera, a bunch of plants in that greenhouse because it got too cold on them. Oh no, Susan, you did something to your shoulder? Oh, there's Gladys. I figured she'd show up sooner or later if she got her tablet working or her iPad. Good to see you, Gladys. You had us worried there for a minute. Yeah, it's hot, hot, hot. It's hot here. It's muggy. And that's unusual for us here. Usually it's dry and hot. Now it's just muggy, wet, and hot. But at least it's not 110 degrees. But it may get there pretty soon. You have 8 grandkids. No, I haven't listened to the news tonight, Susan. I've been too busy. Oh, no. Well, you know they were going to. And there you got Biden breaking laws, and they haven't even charged him with anything. They just want to get rid of Trump. They don't want him to be able to run for president again. They're afraid he'll win. Because I think he would have made a better president than Biden. That's for darn sure. And I agree with Trump about the wall. You know, to keep the illegals out of the country. Let them come in the legal way like everybody else always had to do. But no, Biden opened the door for all of them. Like, come on, come take our money. Take our housing, take our money, take our food, take everything we got. Just give me your vote. Vintage country girl, yes ma'am. Oh, he can still run? Oh, wow. I thought once they were charged and found guilty for stuff like that, that made him ineligible, but it doesn't. Well, that's good to know because a lot of people are going to be voting for him, I'm sure, if he runs. He's going, well, of course he'll appeal, but you know how that goes. I just figured he'd make a good president because, I mean, look at the success he made with his business. You know, his businesses. He's a businessman. Maybe we need a businessman running the country to get it out of debt, you know? Well, that's good to know, Connie. He can still become president because he might just do that. If he runs, he's liable to win. Yeah, but Susan, some people will vote for him because of the way they're treating him and the way they charged him. And because everybody know Biden is getting away with murder. He's done stuff illegally. He should be charged, but they're not going to charge him. His own son was doing stuff illegal. Found drugs in the White House, but oh, it didn't belong to them. They don't know how they got there. Well, give me a break. And there's your tube videos. Well, hello, your tube videos. Yeah, it's all politics. That's all it is. That they don't want Trump to run, and they're going to do everything they can do to discredit him. And I think Biden is losing it. I think he should have been the last one to be voted president. But he's just a pawn. They voted him in because the people that are below him are the ones that are running the country, not Biden. He's just doing what they're telling him to do. Yes, we have, Susan. We got several nice new faces coming in here. I'm getting more and more subscribers every day, and I'm loving it. I love the good comments they send me, post on my videos. DS and Grandkids says, I vote for Gladys. Yeah, maybe Gladys needs to be president. Our governor runs our country from a wheelchair, so Gladys could run it from her bed. And probably do better than Biden, that's for sure. Well, thank you, Paula. Paula just subscribed. Everybody welcome Paula. I'm not sure how to pronounce your last name. Baudru. Looks like a Louisiana name. Cajun name. And there's Paul Lovejoy. And you got that right, Paul. God help us. It'll be the same stuff all over again. Just we'll keep Biden in there. Baudru, okay. Boudreaux. I knew it looked like a French Canadian or Louisiana Cajun name. So it's Boudreaux. Baudru. I had a French Canadian friend that her husband worked at Comanche Peak when we first came out here. And I got to know her really well, and then they left, which, she was my best friend. And I loved to hear her talk. That it was like a Cajun French Canadian accent. She was a sweet lady. DNS and Grandkids said vote for Pedro. Nixon Watergate repeats itself, yeah. But talking politics could chase them away. Yeah, that's true. We don't really take sides and get too involved in politics, but it is mentioned once in a while, occasionally. Paula Baudru, yeah, Cajun. I thought it was. Yeah, I don't get involved in the politics either, Sheila. And there's Shelley Edwards. Hello, Shelley. How's Shelley this evening? What do y'all think about Robert Kennedy? I haven't heard. I don't know what's going on with Robert. Well, thank you, Vintage Country Girl. That ham salad video was a while back, but it was good. And I've got some in the freezer. Yeah, I don't know about them either. My son texted me and he said, he's got a little pond with an island in the middle of it, right behind his house where a creek runs through. He said, Mom, the pond is overflowing. I said, I bet. Because I tell you, he had to put like a low water crossing, concrete crossing to get across that at the back of his property. Because sometimes the water gets so deep there, you can't cross it. And it was washing everything away, so he put in concrete. And it dips down to where if the water gets real high, it goes over the concrete. But you can still cross it with his four-wheeler and stuff. And I think he did put a culvert in or something. I moved my tomatoes. They were blocking my cucumbers. Shelly, that's a good problem to have. I'm getting little bitty cucumbers on my vines. I'm tickled to death. Won't be long before I'll be eating a cucumber with my salad right out of my garden. And I got to probably replant some yellow squash because some of my yellow squash plants have died. I think they're getting too much rain, too much water. And when I picked the sweet dumpling squash, there was 2 on the vines, and I picked one off of each vine that's in the same big pot. And it looks like my vine's dying. I don't know why. Yeah, but that's one reason I only did a short video on it. It took me all day to do that weed barrier because it's so hot and humid, and I was getting so hot. I'd go out there and work for about an hour, and then I'd come in the house and cool off and rest a bit, and then I'd go back out there and do it again. And, I did have that shade cloth above me, so that helped a little bit. Because I've got that shade cloth above the garden back there on that canopy. So that helped quite a bit to be in that little bit of shade. No, we don't usually get this much rain. We get a couple of storms through May, and that's it. We've had 4 or 5 storms in a week. I mean, there was one night we had a storm every single night. And I've got to go out there tomorrow probably and stake up my big sunflower because that big one is leaning over like that. I said, if we get another storm tonight, it's going to be laying on the concrete. Oh, I've got a fantastic one. When you eat it, you think you're eating a piece of cake. It's so good. I haven't got any zucchini yet. My zucchini and my squash have not done that well this year for some reason. The plants are not looking good at all. Yeah, Diana, it's been strange. Weird weather for Texas. But after all this much rain, if it goes into 100-degree temperatures, oh my God. It's going to be so hot, it's going to steam the plants. It's literally going to cook my plants. And that just reminds me, Shelley Edwards, she said she couldn't get her okra to do right. I was going to cut my okra today. I think I got enough on my okra plants that I can cook, just for me. And I forgot it. And by the time I get out there and cut them, they're going to be too tough. Last year you had tons of okra. Dennis and grandkids, that's pretty hot for Florida. But they've been issuing flash flood warnings for Granbury all day. And like I said, this morning they started issuing severe thunderstorm warnings. And we're still under a severe thunderstorm warning through the night tonight. So we're liable to get hit by another one. My son said, "Man, we're getting hammered by rain and wind right now." I said, "Well, it just left my house." I said, "It went down to yours." Because we got hammered by rain and wind too for a little bit. And I thought I heard hail hitting the house. Because every once in a while you'd hear something hitting metal and it'd go ping, ping, ping. And I said, "That's hail. That's not raindrops." But it was just once in a while, you would hear one. My grandma had the best zucchini cake recipe that you would sell your kids for. I wish I got it before she passed away. Well, that was the best. I was going by a zucchini bread recipe, but I kept adding things to it. And then at the end of it, it said that you could make this glazed type icing to go on it. I said, "Bread?" Well, I went ahead and made it. Oh my God, that was so good. It was like eating cake. It was not like eating bread at all. When I grew back there under the canopy in the ground, I would get zucchini that long. I'd get cucumbers that long. I've got pictures of my son holding these gigantic zucchinis in his hand. But after I got that Bermuda grass growing, I can't plant in the ground back there. I planted seed between the rocks, but they grew. And they would live and produce until it started getting hot and dry weather, and then the plants died off. But, oh man, they produced like crazy while they were growing. And I had to water twice a day part of the time when it was so hot just to keep them alive. That was one reason I went into planting in totes and buckets and big pots, is because I couldn't keep them watered enough in the ground. The ground would get so dry and hot, you couldn't keep it watered enough. Your sunburnt vintage country girl. Well, I'm sorry. At least I motivated you to get out and do something, but I'm sorry you got sunburnt. And there's Valerie. She says North Dakota says hello. Hi, Valerie from North Dakota. Welcome to our chat. And I've got still those onions that came the other day in that box. I got those potatoes that I need to get planted, and I can't do it because it's been pouring down rain. We are well cared for, one of the best homes in this area. We are happy. Just hard to give up everything. Yeah, that's true, Barbara. Paul says he loves zucchini bread recipe that I Oh, he said, yes, I have a zucchini bread recipe I love. Vintage Country Girl says, I repotted my aloe today. I have 3 babies. Well, you saw what I got out of mine. And that was just the baby plant from last year that was outgrowing the pot. And I had 6 or 7 baby pots of aloe vera from it. Plus the main pot. I don't know what I'm going to do with all that aloe vera. I wish I could put it in the ground in the rock gardens and it would come back the next year, but I'm afraid it's going to freeze and it's going to die. Because they say aloe vera doesn't like temperatures below 40. But you know what? There was a guy that posted a picture on Facebook of this gigantic aloe vera plant. I mean, it was taller than my head. Huge in the corner of his backyard. And he said, can somebody please tell me what to do with this giant aloe vera? I don't see how it lived in North or South Carolina. But it must have had roots deep enough that it survived the winter months. The top of it probably died off. But the roots probably were deep enough that they survived and it put out new plants from the ground. It's the only thing I can think of. And there's Catherine Bella Rose. Hello, Catherine. And Barbara Elford. Hello, ladies. Veggies are expensive here too. I grow all mine. Well, good for you, April. Everything is expensive. Oh my gosh. I started growing my own greens because I got tired of going to the store once or twice a week and paying $5 for a bag of mixed greens or a bag of kale, to cook. Because once you dump that whole bag in a pot, you get that little bit, it cooks down to nothing. And I said, man, I got to grow my own. So that's why I started growing my perpetual spinach, which is of kale. And all my other greens that I grow. If I can just keep the bugs off of them. Yes, ma'am. When I first moved here, they were getting in my house all the time. They'd get in my sinks, my bathtub. I'd open the cabinet door, go to take a bowl out of the cabinet, and there'd be a scorpion in the bowl. He'd get in the bowl and he couldn't climb out. They'd climb around the top of the cabinet on the wood because they could grip on that. And then they'll drop into your cups or your bowls. And usually if you don't take that bowl out and find him to get rid of him, he'll just stay in there till he dies. And you'll take your bowl out of the cabinet one day and you'll find this dead, dried up scorpion in the bowl. Yeah, I slipped down the edge of my bed one night. I had to go to the restroom. And I put my feet down on the floor at the foot of my bed. I stepped right on a scorpion. He stung me up the heel of my foot. And it felt like somebody jammed a hot dagger up my leg all the way past my knee. Oh my God, that thing hurt so bad. And I was still married at the time, and I told my husband, I said, I just got stung by a scorpion. Well, get back in bed and go to sleep. You'll be all right. I said, yeah, but they're poisonous. I said, I thought scorpions were deadly. He said, not the ones out here. Well, I did find out that it's the black scorpions that are deadly, and usually you'll find those in Mexico. Sometimes in the desert of Arizona has them. But we have the tan-looking ones here in Texas. And even though they're poisonous, most of the time they're not deadly. But that one made me kind of sick for 2 weeks. I mean, I felt like I was just coming off of a real bad case of the flu. You know how you feel jittery and nervous and weak? That's how I felt for 2 weeks. And finally, it all passed and I was fine. Yeah, I've seen some big old centipedes out here. And I saw one. Oh my God, he looked like he was that long. Big thing. And he had the brightest blue color on him. I mean, he was mixed with other colors, but he also had this bright blue. He was really pretty, but he scared me because he come out of one of the rocks in the garden out there in the front, the rock garden. And by the time I saw him, he come up around the rock and then went back down under. Scared me to death. And then I said, oh no, he's in the rock garden. That might be where he's living. So I said, I'm going to have to be careful where I dig and how I dig. Not put my hands down in the dirt. Because I don't want to grab hold of a centipede. Big and purple. Well, I think this one was kind of a bluish color. He may have been purple, but it's been years ago. I think they do, and I don't know if they're poisonous or not. They might be like scorpions. Some may be poisonous, and some may be more poisonous than others. I don't know. But all those legs, ooh, it just makes me shiver to think about them. I definitely don't want one in my house. Dennis and grandkids said someone deleted my comment and it wasn't even disrespectful. Huh, I don't know. I didn't see it, Dennis. I didn't see a message be deleted. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't like spiders either, Vintage Country Girl. Well, post your comment again, Dennis. Maybe it was deleted by accident. I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't even touched any comments. I haven't done any of them. They don't bite. Big cane spiders. We have tons of those granddaddy long leg spiders, and I think they're funny as all get out because they're all legs. You know, they got this little bitty pea type body, and then they got these big long skinny legs that come out everywhere. No, it took a long time to type. Well, that's okay. I'm sorry that happened. Well, Barbara, you couldn't delete it. It takes one of the moderators, one of the people that's names in blue. They're the only ones that can delete a comment. And that's usually what they're there for, is to delete bad comments or something that's put in there that's disrespectful, or, you know, just generally a bad comment. They might delete it out. Maybe not, because I didn't see one. I haven't seen one that was deleted, so I don't know. You might have typed it in and thought you sent it, but you didn't. He got it because he knows I can get in it. Now he will chauffeur me around again. Yeah, I don't think you would either, Dennis. I got little buddy scratching at the door, and I just gave him food. I don't know what he's wanting. He's probably let that other cat, Goldie, eat his food. Did you let Goldie eat your food? Huh? I don't see her out here, but she usually comes and she'll eat and then she takes off. Let me give him some of his food. Are you coming in to eat, or you want it out there? Come on. No, you want it outside. Here. There you go. I tell you what, he wants his food outside to eat now. He don't want to come in the house. But if it's storming outside and it's thundering and lightning, he makes a beeline to get in that door. He does not want to stay outside if it's raining and thundering and lightning. He said, I'm not crazy. I'm coming in. But if it's nice like it is right now, you know, he wants to stay outside. And there's Betty Blue. Hello, Betty Blue. How is Betty Blue doing? You have a duck that eats spiders around your greenhouse? Well, that's good. And there's Valerie. She says, you're sweet. I feel like we could share a cup of coffee and a nice conversation. Yeah, we probably could. Your duck chased your German Shepherd. That's funny. I used to have a cat named Crybaby. And it was an orange tabby too, but it didn't have any white on him like little Buddy. And he was like a guard dog. He literally chased the dogs out of the yard. He wouldn't let a dog come in the house or in the yard. He chased them off. And I've never seen a cat chase the dogs off before. But it didn't matter how big the dog was. He'd growl at him like he was a fierce lion or something. And that poor dog would put his tail between his legs and start whimpering and just take off down the street. Like he'd been attacked or something. Yeah, we named him Crybaby. I got him when he was 5 weeks old. Because he always meowed and fussed for attention, and we finally just called him Crybaby. And then later we shortened it CB for cry, short. Because everybody in Texas, the men, they go by initials. So somebody suggested that we shorten it and call him CB, because that was a real Texas name. So he was still Crybaby, but we called him CB for short. And I catch myself, sometimes I'll start calling little Buddy Crybaby or, CB. And then I realize, no, this is not Crybaby. This is not CB. This is little Buddy. Yeah, I realize that. Yeah, if a cat jumps on their back and starts digging in, there's not a whole lot that dog can do. He can't reach back there. Cub, what's your handle? Hello. Susie Ann, do you have a good peach tea recipe? No, I don't. I don't think I've ever fixed peach tea that wasn't just like a mix. CB handle? Well, I used to have a CB handle, but I don't have my CB anymore. I don't have the radio. But mine used to be Duchess. My ex-husband, he was the Dutchman, and I was the Duchess. I want some of those pears with whipped cream. Those pears were good. And I should have let it cool off a little bit so the whipped cream wouldn't have melted, but they were still good. Would have been good with some vanilla ice cream on top, too. Yours was River Daughter, April. Peaches and tea are good. I bet they are. Nope. It stormed too much yesterday and it got too late. So I didn't get any of it mowed. I didn't get any of it mowed today because it's been raining and storming most of the day. I may not get it mowed tomorrow because we're supposed to get more tomorrow. We're still under a severe storm watch till like 9 o'clock for at least another hour or so. What happened to Kai? I saw Kai's name in here earlier. He's disappeared. With all this rain, my yard looks like a jungle. That morning glory is growing. Oh my God. I look like I live in a jungle. Between all the Indian paint blanket flowers that came up and all the morning glory growing everywhere, my garden. Oh, it looks, I don't think my yard has ever looked this overgrown before. Well, I don't have any lawn service. I'm the one that services my lawn. Well, my lawnmower weed whacks as it mows because it's one of those weed whacker mowers. So once I get through mowing, I've already weed whacked, so I don't have to go back and do that. But that's the only thing I can mow my yard with. There's too many rocks out here. So I have the mower with the big heavy string on it, the cord. I used to have a regular mower, but it kept hitting the blade on the rocks and it would chip the blade and then it wasn't any good. It wouldn't cut the grass. Betty Blue said, my son is my lawn service. My yard is very big. Grass grows here fast. I bet. If we had kept weather like this all summer, oh my God, I'd be mowing once or twice a week. And the way it usually is, I will mow once or twice in the spring, once or twice in the fall, and that's it because the grass dies in the summer. You don't have anything to mow out there but rocks. I don't know. It don't look like it's going to do it this year. And there's Vegan Menu. Hello. How are you doing this evening? Vegan Menu says I have an electric mower. I've never tried an electric mower. Got an electric chainsaw. I don't have an electric mower though. My weed whacker mower is gasoline. Sheila said her yard is all rocks, so no mowing. Well, I got a lot of rocks, but the grass cuts up in the little dirt patches, and it looks terrible. I thought one time of just having tons of that decorative rock delivered and just cover my whole yard with decorative rock. But then I said, well, that'll make a lot of work because I'll never keep the leaves out of it with all these trees around. And then you got to lay a weed barrier down before you put the rock down. But you know, over time, the dust settles in between the rocks, and you'll eventually start getting grass growing out of the rocks. So I kind of brush that off for right now. April says, I fought the lawn and the lawn won. Becky says, sorry, 2024. I know it's too wet to mow right now. I don't mow my yard when the grass is wet or the weeds are wet. I wait till it dries off. Because then the dirt's wet too. I'm saving money for one of the robot mowers. My neighbor has one and they love it. Yeah, my neighbor across the street, the new couple that moved in that new house, they have a robot mower. And it's so funny to see the mower out there going up and down in rows across the yard, and there's nobody out there, just the mower going away. I said, I need their mower over here. It got hung up on the mailbox one day, though, and I don't think he saw it for a long time. It just kind of run up to the mailbox post and kind of cocked up sideways and stayed there. But they're expensive. I started looking for some online, and you can get one for a couple of $100, but I doubt they're very good. Most of them run up in the thousands. April says, Sheila, I miss desert or dessert. I have a t-shirt that says Make America Great, but I don't wear it because I don't know if anybody would attack me if they saw it. I have a Trump hat, a cap, and I don't wear that either because I said I might run into people that don't like Trump and then they'll take it out on me, so I don't wear the hat. And I don't know, I think they said I got it off of advertisement, get a free Trump cap. And I sent in my name and address and everything, and they sent me the cap. Hawaii is a Democratic state. Connie says, I don't know why, but I'm craving a banana cream pie. I love banana pudding is what I like. Those homemade banana puddings. Oh my God. I used to make one of those every single Sunday. I'd cook Sunday dinner or lunch. Always have me a banana pudding. I've not made a banana pudding in many years because I can't eat the whole thing. And it's not good to freeze banana pudding, The bananas would still get dark. Linda, make us a banana pudding this week. Well, I did make one in the past, but it wasn't from scratch. I used the instant banana pudding mix that you get in the little Jello boxes. But I made the banana pudding with it. Instead of making the pudding part from scratch, I used the box of banana pudding. And it's good. It turns out real good. And if it's in the summertime, you don't want to keep your burners going anyway to get so hot. And that was a cooler way to make a banana pudding. You didn't have to get your oven hot or nothing. And see, I always like to make a meringue top on it because that's the way my mom always did. She'd make that whole banana pudding from scratch. And then she'd whip her up some egg whites and make a meringue. Cover the top of that banana pudding with meringue, stick it in the oven, and just brown the very peaks of it a little bit. Oh my God, that was some of the best banana pudding you've ever had in your life. And that's the way I usually do mine if I cook it from scratch. I'll make the egg white meringue, put it on top of the pudding, and put it in the oven just long enough to brown the meringue on top. No, I never put coconut in it, but coconut would be good. I have not made meringue in many years. Well, of course, I haven't cooked a banana pudding like that in many years either. Summertime, 120 degrees. I know it gets 110, 115 higher here. Gets that time of the year, you don't want to have your oven going. You don't even want to cook on the stove top. Puts too much heat. Vintage Country Girl says, "Stop, Linda. You're killing me. I'm wanting banana pudding." Oh, I could eat me a big bowl of it too myself right now. I have yet to try it, but it's on my food bucket list. You've never tried banana pudding? Oh, wow. You wear coconut lotion and it's amazing. I bet. You probably walk around smelling like a pina colada and they smell good. We got Anna Lee in the house. I love warm homemade banana pudding. I do too. It is so good. April said she used to be in a ski club. There was jumped and jumps and made a pyramid. That would terrify me. I'd drown myself. Yeah, I love pudding too. Coconut pudding, chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, banana pudding, coconut. I love it all. One guy was a human ski. I cannot imagine that. I can't picture a man being the ski that someone's standing on going down the water. I mean, that's unreal. Butterscotch is good. I like butterscotch too. Annalise says we like to add pineapple to banana pudding. I've never had pineapple added, but I bet it's good. I mean, bananas and pineapple will go good together. Neighbor stopped by and distracted me. Hate when people stop by unannounced. I make one like that with banana pudding mix in the summertime with vanilla cookies. Sounds good. Oh, wow, you were quite a sportsman, April. But pineapple cream brulee, that sounds good. Now you surf. I know, we all know you surf. You get out there with those Italian stallions and those Speedos. Oh no, Dennis, you said your late mother loved to make banana pudding and she always gave it to him. I didn't have the heart to tell her I hated it. You don't like banana pudding? What's wrong with you, Dennis? Oh my God. I can't imagine anyone not liking banana pudding. I wear board shorts now. Yeah, you need to take Gladys with you, April, when you go surfing. Put a camera on your forehead. Wear one of those bands that go around and you can take the camera and take Gladys with you. My mom made it with chunks of banana and vanilla wafers, so good, easy to make. Dennis says it's nasty. Oh my God. I love banana pudding. Just had a lightning alert. I hope we don't get much rain. We need to mow. Vintage Country Girl says, "Oh my goodness, I am going after a Snicker bar in the kitchen. Y'all are killing me." Nella wafers were made for banana pudding. Oh yeah, you got that right. Got to have Nella wafers in a banana pudding. Snicker bar. Yeah, I knew what you meant, Vintage Country Girl. I love Snicker bars too. Rice pudding's good. My mom made that all the time because it was inexpensive. Because we didn't have we didn't have a large income when we were growing up. So mom made rice pudding often. We might get rice pudding a couple of times a month. Chocolate cake. She made some of the best chocolate cake, and she'd make her own cake and icing from scratch. The banana puddings were, oh my God, to die for. The donuts. Oh my God, my mom could cook, I tell you. Tapioca plants grow wild there, April. Oh man, I bet you got a lot of stuff growing wild around you. My mama made ginger cake with homemade lemon sauce. Oh, really? I've never had a ginger cake. My mom made some of the best lemon meringue pies you've ever tasted. Oh my God, those lemon meringue pies were to die for. I mean, all of her pies were good, but I love the lemon meringue. Pistachio pudding and ice cream, Homer drool. I love pistachios. Sometimes I'll buy a bag of them, even though they're expensive here, and eat some. There's Snow White. Hello, Snow White. How are you doing this evening? I don't know. I see everybody's comments. And that reminded me, I need to change it to live chat and not top chat. I don't know, Dennis. I see all the comments. I see your comments. I see Snow White's, April's, Connie's, Betty Blue, Sheila's. I see everybody's. I didn't know they had red covered shells of pistachios. I've only seen the green ones. Or the white shells with the green nut inside. You're not talking to yourself, Dennis. I see your comments. Yeah, check the top of your screen and see if you're on top chat or live chat. You need to be on live chat and you'll see everybody's chats. April's got to go feed everybody. She'll be right back. Your fingers turn red when you're eating the red shelled pistachios. I bet. Ugh. First, I couldn't get that bottle of water open. Vintage country girl's letting her cat in, or his cat in. Dennis said, now it went sideways, but y'all are back. I've never heard of frog eye pudding. What goes in it, Helen? Dennis says he's back with usins or Ewins. I have a long board for cornbread. Oh, okay. Raisins are frog eyes. So what kind of pudding do you use to make the frog eye pudding? Just anything that you put raisins in? I don't know. Snow White, you and me both. With all my cooking videos, you know, I gotta eat food. I've gained a few pounds and I don't like it. I had already gained weight before I started my cooking videos, and I think I've gained even more since I've been cooking all this stuff. Dennis says, Snow White, you need to kiss the frog. Cornbread rides a longboard. He is so cool. Surfer dog. I bet that is cool, Connie. Betty Blue says pistachio pudding. I don't think I've ever eaten pistachio pudding. Yeah, I've got so many desserts I want to make, but I hate to get the oven turned on. I try to wait till a cooler day before I turn the oven on to bake anything because it gets so hot in here. Just doing the video I did this morning, I did it kind of early before it got really, really hot. Oh, I was sweating. It was so hot in this house. And I didn't have the oven on either. I was just cooking up on top of the stove. Make pistachio pudding in a graham cracker crust. I don't have pistachios. Or pistachios. I don't pronounce it correctly. Watergate salad. I don't know what Watergate salad is. I'd have to look it up. Watergate salad and heavenly hash. I try to come up with stuff that people haven't put videos on before. I mean, what I did this morning and did a video on, I'll post in the morning because it's still uploading. I mean, it's a recipe, I guess, that everybody does. It's a dish that everybody does. A lot of people do. But I change mine up a little bit. And instead of cooking in the crock pot, I just cook it on a pot on top of the stove. Because I don't want that crock pot going all day long and heating the house up. Because there is heat comes from a crock pot. I love pistachios, but they require... yeah, they do, girl. Or guy, Dennis. Nuts do require teeth. And, I'm missing a couple of my jaw teeth. And it makes it hard for chewing stuff like nuts. But I still do it. It takes me longer, but I still chew them sometimes. Betty Blue says, I like your cooking style, Linda. Well, thank you, Betty Blue. I know you're not a girl. That was a slip. It was a figure of speech that slipped. I meant guy. Sorry, Dennis. I know very well you're a guy. You're not a girl. Connie says, my husband and I rode Harleys. Our dog Bear rode with us. He rode on the tank and wore goggles. He loved it. We tried to go without him. He would growl at us. Yeah, he liked to ride too. I can just picture that. The dog sitting up there with goggles on, riding down the road. The German Shepherd we used to have weighed 110 pounds. We named her Lady. Well, that was her name when we got her. She loved to ride in a car. Oh my God, if she was loose, you opened the car door, she was in that car before you could get in there. And on the pickup, oh my God, she loved to ride in the back of the truck. And she wouldn't just stand in the bed. She'd get up, and she was a 110-pound German Shepherd. She would put her paws up on the cab of the truck and stand there, and she'd be looking over the cab where she was going. And that's where she rode. And I was scared to death she was going to get blown out, but she never did. But that's where she would ride. She'd stand right up in the back of that truck, put her paws up on the cab, and her head was looking over the cab going down the highway. She loved it. Yeah, we got her from Comanche Peak Nuclear Power Plant because the head of security out there was a friend of ours, and they get security dogs. They're trained security dogs. And she was trained, but she would break concentration. So he said she didn't really work out like the rest of them, and she was a sweet dog. So he gave her to us. So my husband came home one day with this 110-pound German Shepherd, and I weighed 99 pounds back then. So the dog was bigger than me. But she was a sweet dog. And you should see her when I'd take her to the vet. I'd open the car door, she'd jump in. She took up the whole back seat. And would take her to the vet. And then the vet's office was real close to the little grocery store that we had. So I'd pull in the parking lot right next door and go in and pick up something real quick. Leave her in the car. And people were looking in the car, when they were going by. They thought to myself, that is a big dog in there. Hi, Pat Butler. How's Pat doing? She was a real sweet dog. I hate it when she died. I don't know. I haven't seen KK tonight. I didn't go on StreamYard tonight. I didn't even think about it. I remembered yesterday. I said, oh no, I haven't scheduled my live for Thursday. And I got to get on there and do that. So I just went on YouTube real quick and scheduled it for tonight. Didn't even think about StreamYard. I'm doing good. We've had another storm here this afternoon, and we still got storm warnings out for tonight. Hey, Vincent rides inside the clear bubble backpack with him. That'd be cute. See a dog in a clear backpack. Oh my, you catching it with these storms? Yeah. It doesn't usually storm this much in Texas. This is all new. I've got plants that are literally drowning. They're getting so much water. I mean, when it rains in Texas, and when it don't, it's a drought. There's no in between. I don't need to do a rain dance. I don't want any more rain for right now. I guess you'll have to get up, Dennis, and do a rain dance if you want rain in Florida. I'd send you some if I could. Oh, do a rain dance for you in Florida. Yeah, I'm afraid if I get up and do a rain dance, I'm going to have another pouring down rain out there. Have another belly gusher. Yeah, it did here this afternoon, just like it did at my son's house. He said he texted me after the storm left here, and he said they were getting hammered by rain and wind. And I said, well, it just left here because that's the way it was here. It was raining so hard. Oh my God. The wind blowing. We were just hammered with rain. And Dennis said I might just do that. I've been wanting my neighbors to move anyway. You think your rain dance will make them move away? Oreo is such a happy boy. I got him looking really good. His coat is all shiny. His tummy's full. He's probably a happy dog. One happy little dog. One happy little fuzzy creature. All I remember about Texas was how hot it was. I lived in Dallas when I was in the 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, it gets pretty hot. Dennis says, I drove my daughter to Fort Worth, Sam Houston in Texas. You talk about hot. Okay, now my dog wants me to stay outside, but I'm taking my phone with me or sit outside. Yeah, there's just no in between here. If it gets wet, it's wet. It's just flooding. And then when it dries, it's a drought. It goes from one extreme to the other. Yeah, that's what I say, April. No rain dance here. We don't need it. Vintage Country Girl said, I love Texas when my husband and I drove teams in 2012. And Annalise says, I'm from Dallas. Oh, Dallas, Georgia. Well, y'all need to try the recipe that I'm posting tomorrow. because it's so good. I ate 2 great big bowls of it today. It was so good. And I still got some because I made a big old pot full. Thank you for your husband for your service. Keep on trucking. April says, oh no, it's raining now. Gotta wait a minute for it to stop. It's the way it is in Texas. If you don't like the weather, wait a minute because it's going to change. That's way out yonder. April said we have trade showers. Well, if the wind keeps on, all of my sunflowers are going to be laying on the ground. I went out there and staked up a couple of them today, but then it rained. I couldn't stake up the rest of them. But I need to get out there and do something with that biggest one because it's leaning over. It got so windy today. Well, thank you, Betty Blue. I enjoy doing my videos, and I enjoy everybody's company when I have my live chats. It's 77 here now. Vintage Country Girl, you say it's 78. It's 77 here in Texas right this minute at 8:26 p.m. Maui grows huge fields of sunflowers. Oh, I bet that is beautiful. Well, I got some big sunflower plants out there, but unfortunately, they're so big when it rains on them, they get heavy, and then that wind hits them and it almost lays them over. And sometimes if you try to stake them up, if you don't do it just right, the next time the wind blows hard, it'll just break them off. I have fungus in some soil. Can I still use it? I don't know. I don't know if it would affect your plants or not. Snow White is asking, she said, I have fungus in some soil. Can I still use it? I don't know what kind of fungus it would be, so I wouldn't want to be the one to tell you yes or no because I really don't know. Gladys says, I'll be watching my pads going off. And there's Mindy K. Hello, Mindy. She lives in Northwest Michigan, and it was a gorgeous 64 degrees and sunny days. Summer is on the way. Yeah, summer's on the way here too, but the storms and the high winds and the rain's coming with it. It has tiny round pasta, pineapple, pudding, Cool Whip, little marshmallows. It's on Pinterest. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. In fact, I'll look it up here. Dennis, I am a year older than you. Well, it looks good. It said the classic frog eye salad is a potluck classic made with pasta, pineapple, mandarin oranges, coconut, and marshmallows. That all sounds good. It almost sounds like an ambrosia. Let's see. Get all the ingredients up and see if it's any different from what I just said. You use 20-ounce can of pineapple tidbits drained, 10 ounces can of crushed pineapple drained, 1 cup reserved pineapple juice, 1/2 cup granulated sugar, 1 large egg yolk, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon cornstarch, 1/2 cup noodles, whatever that, I can't pronounce the name of these noodles. It says 15-ounce can of mandarin oranges drained, 1/2 cup shredded sweetened coconut, 1 cup mini marshmallows, 1 banana, 1 cup heavy whipping cream, 1/4 cup powdered sugar. It says in a saucepan over medium heat, combine pineapple juice, sugar, egg yolk, salt, cornstarch, and whisk until smooth. I'll have to get ingredients because I don't have all that. But I can print it out. Well, I'll have to look it up later. I can't print it out right now. It's not letting me. Or it might. I don't know. But it sounds good. I don't think I've ever made any. I know I haven't. You never even call me by my name, David Allen, COE. What? I didn't know your name was David Allen. I thought it was Dennis. Kyle would call me Annie. There's easier. Yeah, there was a lot of the recipes that came up for it. I just clicked on the first one that came up and to see what was in it. Oh, okay, Dennis. It's a song. I'll check it out. I'll find some of the easier recipes. That's a name for anyone over 30 here. Annie. Dennis, you said your name is Dennis. It is David. Now you have me No, he was talking about a song, Connie. His name is Dennis. Easier recipes make shorter videos. Yeah, that's true. That's one reason I don't like cooking in the crock pot is not only does it heat the house up too much in the summer, but you got to put the stuff on and then it's got to cook for hours and hours and hours. And then you go back and finish your recipe, after it's done and all that. And I just don't like to do recipes with the crock pot. I might in the wintertime, but I don't like to do them in the summer. Yeah, a lot of people like my longer videos. Grandpa is Tutu Kane. Or Tutu Kane. Mint friendly. A crock pot is a workhorse. Yeah, I don't do too many crock pot meals. I mean, I have used it a lot years ago when I was cooking for more people than just me. And I still use it for some things, but like I said, I like quicker ways of cooking than the crock pot. It just depends on what I want to cook. Your grandson calls you Kanyo. Kanyo. Like most people would make the recipe that I did my video on that I'll post in the morning. A lot of people would put that in the crock pot. But no, I'd rather put it on top of the stove. Yeah, I've put my pork in it, some roasts in it, stuff like that, that I want for it to come out real tender. I'll put in the crock pot, cook it overnight sometimes. That sounds real good, April. Breakfast for dinner. I do that quite a bit. And see, I prefer to cook my beans in the pressure cooker. I have the old-timey pressure cooker, so I cook stuff like dried pinto beans, not black-eyed peas, but my pinto beans. If I'm going to make chili beans, I'll put in the crock pot. That sounds real good, Betty Blue. Waffles with eggs and syrup. Moo was a dress back in the day. I know. A lot of people wore moo-moos. They were real comfortable. It was like wearing a nightgown. Yeah, I like to cook on the stove myself or in the electric skillet. And I haven't done anything in the electric skillet in a while. I need to do something in that. Vintage Country Girl says, wish I had a waffle. And April says, and wish I had syrup. Y'all are making me hungry. My soup is gone. Yeah, that's what mine is called, a waffle iron. I've had it for many, many years, and I just don't want to get rid of it because just as soon as I get rid of it, I'll want to make some homemade waffles, and then I won't have it. Well, I'm trying to get mine a little down, but it keeps getting fuller and fuller. I mean, I've got to the place where I'm putting little stuff in the little holes, anywhere I can stick it. It's terrible. I couldn't get another thing in my freezer if I tried. I couldn't even with a shoehorn. Linda, you made me hungry an hour ago. What did I make you hungry with? A cooking video? Yeah, Aunt Jemima's syrup was really good. Belgian waffles are sweet. Yep, they are. Banana pudding. Yeah, I thought that was the craziest thing. They were trying to say that we were disrespecting the black people by calling her Aunt Jemima. And her name was Aunt Jemima on her syrup bottle. I think it was a tribute to her. Everybody loved Aunt Jemima, Aunt Jemima syrup. Banana pudding. Dennis says, I love my grandma's fake jewelry. She was my favorite person in the world. Love crock pot for pinto beans and cook all night. Wake up to good pot of beans. I've never cooked my beans in my crock pot. Like I say, usually I'm in a hurry to get them cooked and I put them in the pressure cooker. Yeah, I buy Miss Butterworth too sometimes. But I think it was downright disrespectful of them to want to take Aunt Jemima's name off of the syrup. I mean, if I had a pancake syrup named after me with my picture on the bottle, I'd be tickled to death. I have a bottle of in my fridge. I won't use it because she is on the bottle. I know she probably was turning over in her grave when they did that. That was downright disrespectful, I think, to take her name off of the syrup, take her picture off. My great grandma was 101 and she could fish like any man. I don't know. I don't know where Susan went. April says it's still raining. I know she made that syrup name. It was so disrespectful. I could not believe it when I started hearing that on the news that they felt like it was being disrespectful to Aunt Jemima to put her name and picture on a pancake syrup. To them, everything was about race. I mean, Aunt Jemima was loved by everybody. Yes, she sure did, Betty Blue. Oh, you've been visiting with MJ. Okay, Susan, and April's going to go get her laundry. Dennis is begging for rain. Oh no, must go. My hand shakes now. Yeah, Colonel Sanders, what the deal is. It's a wonder they don't say we're being racist about him because he's white. Yeah, that's what I was wondering, Susan. Does Snow White have a tremor or something? Yeah, that was honoring her to put her name on that bottle of syrup with her picture. Mm. Yeah, if you're leaving a Snow White, I hope you have a good night. Feel better. Have a good day tomorrow. And we'll see you on the next one. I don't know. Vintage Country Girl's asking me what am I cooking tomorrow. I don't know if I'm cooking or going to do another type of video. I want to go fishing, but the weather's been too bad. You can't go. I know Uncle Ben's rice. I think that's honoring Uncle Ben is to put him on a box of rice. I mean, somebody just got a wicked thought in their mind and thought they'd cause trouble with Aunt Jemima's syrup. Everybody hated that when they heard about it. Hi, Tenny. How is Tenny doing this evening? How's life in your part of the country? I have. I've done videos on catching my fish and cooking them. I haven't done a video on cleaning them, and somebody wanted to say, they said one time when I did post my video, oh, we want to see you clean them. I thought to myself, well, I do clean them. I just didn't video that part. Tenny's from Central Florida. You wear goggles when you clean your fish. Why is that, Betty Blue? So the scales don't fly in your eyes or something? Usually I catch more catfish than anything out here. But I do catch a bass occasionally and I do scale them, but I don't wear glasses when I do it. Tenny's from Tennessee, but has lived in Florida for 20 years. Betty Blue wears goggles to keep the scales from going in her eyes. Well, that's a good idea because sometimes they fly everywhere. Just depends on the fish that you're cleaning. I did a video about a year ago, I think, when I went fishing. And I can't remember if I did the video on cooking those fish or not. But I do clean my own fish. I clean them and I cook them. Even the catfish. My dad showed me a trick about cleaning catfish. If they're pretty good sized ones, or even the small ones, if they're big enough to eat, he would take them and get a big nail, put it through their head and nail them to a tree, and then cut around the neck or the head of that fish and take a pair of pliers and just pull the skin off. Because it's impossible for you to hold the fish and do that too. So he would nail it to the tree. And that's what I did with mine. I nailed them to the tree outside and put the pliers to the skin and just pulled it off. I catch trout sometimes. I caught, a huge bass one time. That bass was so big, I got enough fillets off of it that it made 3 meals of catfish for me. I mean, a bass, fried fish for me. I've been invited to Tommy Bahama's for lunch Saturday, fancy restaurant in Whala. Well, that sounds real nice, April. Exactly. Why catch fish if you're not going to cook and clean them? I mean, if you're not going to clean them and cook them. I mean, some people catch them for the sport, catch them and then throw them back. To me, that's torture to a fish. Throw the hook out there, let him go after it, get hung on it, pull him in, take pliers and pull the hook out of his mouth, then throw him back. If you're not going to catch him to eat him, just leave the fish alone. I can't even take the hooks out. Sometimes I can. I have to cut them out. But I usually keep my fish. If they're big enough to keep, I keep them. I don't throw them back. I got more fish in the freezer right now, but they're not some that I caught. I had so many fillets the last time I got some fish that I cooked part of them in that video, and I put part of them in the freezer because I couldn't. It was just too much fish. So I'll have to take them out and cook me some more fish one day. If it didn't want to get ate, it shouldn't have bit my hook. Well, there you go, Dennis. Fish is good for you. Yeah, chicken livers are good to catch catfish with. I can't fish either, let alone take a hook out. Yeah, I've tried fishing with the little pantyhose, but it don't work for me. I don't do it right or something. I just put the plain old chicken liver on the hook and just I'm careful throwing it out so I don't throw the liver off. Years old and had a baggie around my hand because I was scared to hold it. I held them so tight I squeezed their eyes out. Oh no. Red Devil Lies, the best catfish bait. I've never used that. I don't know. Well, chicken livers are messy, but if you get fresh chicken livers, catfish love them. You'll catch catfish if they're biting. But let's face it, sometimes when you go fishing, the fish just aren't ready to bite, you know? They're not in a biting mood. Is the Tommy Bahamas, do they fix a lot of traditional Hawaiian recipes in their restaurant, April? Oh, I bet, Connie. Hooks were made to stick in. They weren't made to pull out. Cheese on the hook, hello. Yeah, I love them too, but sometimes I'll spare a couple and I'll go fishing with them. You use cubes of ivory soap to catch huge catfish. Wow. I've heard of people, using soap to catch fish with, but I've never tried it. Oh no, Dennis, you didn't. $50 a plate, so it's got to be good. What are you going to order when you go, April? What kind of food do you order when you go to that restaurant? I was with a boyfriend who was fishing and he was drinking. He went to cast the hook, went right into the arm of the quilted jacket I was wearing. Oh no. Smoked mullet is wonderful. I don't think I've ever had smoked mullet. I love smoked salmon. It's expensive, but I love it. I'm going to get steak salad with lemon vinaigrette. That sounds good. A $50 salad. Wow. Smoked fish spread. I've never had that either, but I bet it's good. I can smoke mullet that will knock your socks off. Smoke me some, Dennis. Knock my socks off. Grown on Maui. LOL. Maui meet Maui greens. Salmon eggs are good, but I want them cooked. I'm not going to eat them raw. And they're even better if you cook them and then scramble them up in some eggs. Oh, that's great for breakfast. Scramble you up some eggs and put fish roe in it. The egg, fish eggs. That's really good. I used to do that all the time when I lived back home because we ended up getting a lot of fish roe out of the fish we catch. You eat it on crackers. Well, I ate mine scrambled up in eggs. It was good. Yeah, they might not, Dennis. Caviar. Yeah, I don't see the big deal about caviar. I put my caviar in my scrambled eggs. Or sometimes if it's really big pouches of fish eggs, you batter it and fry it just like you do the fish, and that's good like that. I love it. I'd eat every bit of fish roe that was caught at the river when they would catch it and cook it. I know talking about all this food's making me hungry. But I haven't eaten that much today. We never went out again. Oh my God. I bet it ruined your coat. It probably pulled a hole in it trying to get the hook out. I got 39 thumbs up, y'all, showing here on my side. That's pretty good. It's great. It's very addictive. Yeah, I've not tried it either, Dennis, and I don't want to. I don't want any part of it. I'll keep what little bitty faculties I got so I'll know what I'm doing. Vintage Country Girl says, you have what, Linda? I said I've never tried pot and all this other stuff that Dennis and April were talking about. And I said I don't want to try it. Dennis says, Linda, I can't figure out how to give a thumbs up. All you do is go look over there under the video and you see the thumbs up and one thumb down. Just click on thumbs up. It'll turn white. That means you just gave me a thumbs up. No, me either, Susan. I don't want anything, no illegal drugs. I don't do drugs. No, I don't. She gets legal ones. I don't do a lot of legal drugs either. I just don't take drugs at all. The biggest thing I take is stuff for my allergies, you know. I guess that's considered a drug. It's a prescription drug. But that's the only drugs I take, that and a blood pressure pill. Yeah, Susan, pot is legal now. And I still don't want it. Well, good for you, April. Can't spell it, but I have it. I don't drink at all. I don't either. I don't drink alcohol at all. Sometimes I don't think those blood pressure pills do anything. Most of the time, my blood runs low, if anything. It runs so low some days I don't feel like I've got energy to go do anything. I'm not motivated to get up and do anything because I feel tired. I don't want to get up and do anything. And it's from low blood pressure. Dennis says, I don't drink anymore. I still drink the same amount. You're trying to be funny. Being stoned is embarrassing. I bet. April said the rain stopped. The humidity will kick in now. If you were stoned, how do you know? Yeah, if you're stoned, you don't know if it's embarrassing or not. probably don't care either. Oh, that's funny. Village Vintage Country Girl said, I just had surgery on Valentine's Day over my aorta. Just to let you know. You guys crack me up reading your messages that you post. Can get Kroger delivery and you've not used them before. I've never tried to get Kroger delivery. Oh, wow, April, you pick 'em young. Is it one of those Italian stallions in a Speedo on the beach? This is where you can save 25 off your first two orders. Oh, really, Tenny? They kept me in the hospital stoned for days. I just got two orders and it cost me a total of 19 for both. Oh, wow. That's pretty good, Tenny. It's Kroger is a grocery store. We have a Kroger here. We have a HEB, Kroger, Brookshire's, David's. We have Aldi. We have gas points at Walmart gas pumps and at Brookshire's. I don't know about Kroger and the other places. Oh, the man is very special. Y'all hear that? April's going out with a real nice looking man and he's very special. You have Kroger in Virginia. I never use the gas points because I don't go to the same place to buy gas all the time. So I don't never get enough points to add up to use them. Hi, Dolores. How's Dolores today, this evening? Well, sometimes I go to Walmart pumps and get gas. Sometimes I go to Brookshire's and get gas. Sometimes I go to the, I can't think of the name of it, but it's like a gas station food quick stop thing. Sometimes I get gas there. It's wherever I find the cheapest price on gas is where I'll pull in. Oh, you have Kroger delivery in Florida? Okay. They probably deliver here. I don't know. I know most of the stores that deliver like that, they charge a monthly fee. You have to join their delivery app or something, and you pay a fee of like $10 or $12 a month. And then any delivery you get is free. And I don't subscribe to any of those. You saw the trucks but never saw the store. Okay. I don't usually use the grocery delivery. You retired from Sam's Clubs, Betty Blue? We don't have a Hitchcock's. I've never heard of a Hitchcock's. Is that a grocery store? Okay, April, take us with you outside, Oscar, because I order from them so much. Well, usually if I order from Walmart, I have it delivered to the store so I don't pay shipping. Now, one thing that I do order from Walmart, and I have to order it online because they don't have it stocked in the store, and that's their shampoo and conditioner, the Prel shampoo and conditioner I use, because I'm not allergic to it, anything in that, so I order it from them. In fact, I just got some a couple of days ago that I ordered. Village Country Girl says, I live so far from town I don't get anything but U.S. mail and UPS. I get free shipping. Yeah, I have to use Prel. I use the, oh, I can't think of it. But there's several different types of Prel shampoo and conditioner you can get online. They don't stock it in the store. And I get the rehydrating one. It's got biotin. I don't remember. But it doesn't irritate my scalp, my skin. All the shampoo that has perfumes and stuff in it, I'm allergic to. I can't use it. It drives my scalp crazy. Yeah, the only Hitchcock I know of is the Hitchcock movies that used to be real scary. I've never heard of a store. Oh no, you got to drive 15 miles to check your mail? Why don't you have your mail delivered to your house? Vintage Country Girl says, "What is your favorite color?" I don't know. I love blue. I love all colors. I love yellows, reds. I mean, it's hard to just stick to one color. But on a lot of things, blue is my favorite color, even though I don't have a lot of blue to wear. I always like pinks and yellows to wear. But you can see I wear all different colors. I don't just stick to one or two different colors. It just depends on what it is, whether I like the light or dark. I always love what they call the shocking pink. And I love bright yellows. Oh, you're looking at my sticker. One of my subscribers sent me that. My anonymous subscriber sent me that sticker, Lady in the Garden, with my name on it. Yeah, see, I've never been able to get into the using the blue or the green or black nail polish. I'm still a pink or red girl myself. I stick with the pinks and the reds. Sometimes the silver I'll use. You're getting your nails done tomorrow. You got farm girl nails now. Good for you, April. And there's TT Sharon. Hello, Sharon. How is Sharon doing this evening? Oh. Dennis says April hope he's worth the something shoes. I can't see the word because it's behind the heart. Gotta wait till it moves up. Periwinkle blue. You even got new shoes. Oh, wow, April. I hope they're sandals if you're getting your nails done. But, oh, I guess you're getting a pedicure too, all right? Oh, no, T. Sharon. 4 twofers. You're probably not in too good a shape right now then. Oh, he's worth it, April. Okay, well, good for you. Sounds like you must have found a keeper this time. Is that 52? Yes, it is. 52 thumbs up, y'all. Wow, y'all are getting good. Yeah, I bet you're still hurting a little bit, even though you had them done yesterday. It'll take a while for your mouth to heal up. Colin. And have you seen my subscriber count? Oh my God. I've got like 5,430 subscribers. Woohoo! Oh, that sounds good, Cindy. I love cream cheese frosting. I love cream cheese. You're having a cat put on Monday, Susan? Yeah, Dennis likes to kid around. I probably need to go to the dentist, but oh well. My teeth aren't bothering me. I probably need a good cleaning, but I found most of the time when I go and get my teeth cleaned, they don't look any better than they did before I went, so I clean them myself at home. Going to be 83 degrees in about next week. Clean those filters on the ACs. Yeah. That reminds me, I need to check my filter to see if I need to replace them. I think they're okay though, but I do need to check. Oh, I see, Susan. Yeah, my dentist told me that my teeth were not real bright white because I had healthy teeth. And no matter whether you clean them or not, they're still going to have like a yellow tint to them. Not bad, but just a little yellow. And he said people with real white, bright teeth, that means that their teeth are not healthy. Yeah, that's true, Cindy. I hope it'll go big, April. I need the money coming in. Yeah, mine are a little crooked, but oh well. They're healthy so far, so I think everyone is finding your channel. And I got hooked because of your laugh. Made me happy. That's true. Oh, there's Kevin Ward. Hello, Kevin. Welcome. How is your evening going? Oh no, rain again, April says. Better now? Have you been sick or something? I knew a lady that had the dirtiest kitchen. She left dental floss in the kitchen and roaches on themselves. Dennis, you are something else. Did y'all read Dennis's comment? He says, I know a lady that had the dirtiest kitchen. She left dental floss in the kitchen and the roaches hung themselves. Kevin said, yes, I have had a bad time. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope everything's okay now. I can just imagine little roaches hung by dental floss all over the kitchen. Tenny says, I'm back. Yeah, really, we can cheer you up, Kevin. Vintage Country Girl put a bunch of roaches up there on the screen. When Rob hangs his donuts for the raccoons that come to eat them. Yeah, he hangs donuts from the porch top, and the raccoons will come try to eat them. And he puts trays of food and seed and different things out on the railing, and he films the raccoons coming to eat it all. And they're beautiful raccoons, and they're fat and healthy looking too. He feeds them well. Sheila said, I guess that's safer than roach killer. Just leave dental floss laying around. We could talk about the big chicken breast and Viagra again. Y'all. She was so dirty, I took her to the zoo and they thanked me for returning her. Dennis, you're something else. Oh my goodness. What time is it there, Linda? It is 9:24 p.m. I'm on Central Time. 6:30 in Washington, where Connie is. 4:30 in Hawaii, where April is. 4:30 in the afternoon. Well, it doesn't get dark now because the days are getting longer here, and it's not dark until about 9 o'clock. 6:30 in Alaska. I can't imagine living in Alaska, especially when it's like daylight all the time, or at the time it stays dark all the time. That would blow my mind. My body would not know when to go to bed and when to get up if it was daylight constantly. Connie says no, it's 7:30 p.m. I just wished was only 6:30. Oh no, you got to leave your dog home on Saturday and you're going to have separation anxiety. Oh, what about the dog? Is the dog going to have anxiety if you leave him alone? What if you lived in Susan, what if you lived in Alaska and it was dark 24/7 part of the year? How would you like that? That would be an experience to get up and be ready to go to work in your yard and it's still dark all day long. Or get ready to go to bed and it's still daylight. It never gets dark for you to go to bed. You can watch him on your camera. Yeah, I can't imagine. Oh, it would definitely be different. Yeah, talk to him. Yeah, my security cameras, I can talk to people in the yard if they come walking up. I can say, "What are you doing in my yard?" Blow their mind when they hear somebody talking to them outside. You love your dog a lot. I bet you do. Vintage Country Girl says, I live on top of a mountain. I live on the top of a rock mountain. That's why there's so many rocks in my yard. They were all here. I didn't buy any of them. They were here already. I just tried to figure out what I could do with rocks because I had plenty of them. You know the old saying, when God gives you lemons, make lemonade, or when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? Well, life gave me rocks, so I made rock gardens. Not safe for an old woman like you to be out after dark. Not safe for anybody to be out after dark, really. Doesn't matter what age you are. Yeah, I'm on top of a mountain. Everything else is way down below me. It goes straight down. Even the streets are level right here on my street. But when I turn to the right, it goes up and then down. If I turn to the left, it goes down. The streets look like roller coasters. It goes down, down. It keeps going down till you get to the lake. When I came to, well, most of it is flat, but I live in a real rocky area where the dinosaurs used to be. Glen Rose and Granbury was dinosaur territory back in the day. And it's all rocks, rock mountains, and plenty of rocks. Yeah, I say I don't have a shortage of rocks. And you know, it caught on. People saw me using all these rocks to my advantage, making rock gardens and stuff with them. Now, other people all around this neighborhood are doing the same thing. Instead of wondering how they're going to get rid of all the rocks out of their yard, they're starting to use them. And why not? You go to the store and buy one, it's going to cost you a fortune. You pay $2 or $3 for a rock. Why buy them? I got my own. Dennis, I carry a 380 Pee-wee. Poop, poop, poo, poo. What? Cornbread can say aloha. I love to hear that. T. Sharon says, bang, bang. And there's Kai back again. I thought I saw your name when I first started this live, and then you disappeared on us. At Costco. Okay, you had to go buy you some groceries, I guess. Aloha. And there's Erin Daly. Hi, Linda from England. It's 3:30 in the morning and cannot sleep. True rocks and costly. I know. So I took all the rocks around my yard and I made good use of them. I'm running out of rocks, believe it or not. I need more. If that could be possible. All I got to do to find more rocks is go out there and dig a hole and I'll find plenty. And there's Craig. Good evening, Craig and Kevin, Kai. Oh, my Lord, counting sheep. What a gift. I tried counting sheep one night when I couldn't sleep. It didn't work. Those sheep didn't want to jump. Yeah, I know. I still show 40 watching. And more people coming in, so. I'll have to see if I can go live on StreamYard next time. I didn't think about it this time. So I can get people up on the screen with me. Kai said just here for the samples. Yeah, it was fun because some of these teenagers, when the stores used to give out food samples, they'd have the little stands in the food section and ask if you wanted a sample when you walk by. some of the kids around made it almost an occupation at one time. They'd go around to all the different stores and eat up the samples. Sometimes they had pretty good samples too. Little pieces of pizza or beef, samples of cookies. I'm new here. Enjoy the content. Well, I'm glad you do, Craig, and welcome to my channel. Glad to have you. Everybody give Craig M a welcome. Hickory house. I don't know a hickory house. Maybe we didn't have one here. I don't know. I feel like the Jetsons talking on here. That's why you go to the store hungry. I try to eat something before I go grocery shopping, because if I go to the grocery store and I'm hungry, I try to buy up everything in the store. It don't work. Make sure you got food in your belly before you go grocery shopping. You buy less. Brutus, sister, what you gonna do? Wick. Oh, you know what? I got so busy talking to everybody, I forgot to read the quote of the day. And I don't know if I've still got it on my oh, I don't want that. Okay, it says, on the present, do not look back on happiness or dream of it in the future. You are only sure of today. Do not let yourself be cheated out of it. And then it says on dreams, never give up on a dream just because of the time it will take to accomplish it. The time will pass anyway. And that's true. Don't give up on a dream because you think it's going to take too long to get that, whatever it is, because that time's going to go by anyway. And it says on courage, it takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. That is so true. It says, with a new day comes new strength and new thoughts. Optimism is the faith that leads to achievement. Nothing can be done without hope and confidence. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. So true. April says, I love your local comedians. Eddie Murphy's my saying for the day. Ouch. Ugh, worked at Hickory Farms. I got 56 thumbs up, y'all. That is awesome. I think everybody eventually shows their age, Kevin. Came to tell he's going with his mom and dad to see your new apartment, 11 Square. He will let me know when he gets back. Then came back to get sunflower seeds. Says, Kevin, you're fine. I'm no spring chicken. I don't think any of us are spring chickens, Connie. That is so true, Dennis. It takes a real man to be a daddy. Anyone can father a child, but it takes a real man to be a father or a dad. About 20 miles south of me, there is a jerky smokehouse. We'll give samples. Oh, that sounds good. I'd be going by there all the time. I'd get me plenty of free samples of jerky. I love jerky. I doubt that, vintage country girl. You're probably not the old lady in the room. We're all getting up there. Daddy and Mama always have the hardest job in the world. Yep, really, we do or did. Real men wear pink too. Yes, that's true, Betty Blue. You're only as old as you feel. I don't feel old. I still feel young. But when I'm out there working, my body tells me you're not young anymore. My body will tell me, go sit down, lady. My kids are 45 and 29. And you know, it tickles me because I still refer to my son as the baby, as old as he is. He said, Mom, I'm not a baby. I said, I know you're not, but you're my baby. You're the youngest one. You'll always be the baby of the family. Doesn't matter if you're 90 years old, you're still the baby of the family. Pink G strings. Oh my God, Dennis. Just not dresses, right? Not dresses. I'm my own grandpa. I know. You know, they don't realize that it don't matter how old they are, they're still going to be the baby of the family if they're the youngest one. Yep. My boys were 16 years apart. Wow. My kids were only 6 years apart. My daughter's the oldest, and then my son. Dennis says I'm no. Kevin says I'm 61 and I'm the baby. Well, I was outnumbered in my family. I had two older brothers and three younger brothers. No sisters. So we were overrun by the male sex in our family. Oh wow, T. Sharon, one in kindergarten and one a senior at the same time. That had to be kind of different. Yep, there's a lot to take care of. April says mine are 44, 39, and 31. Sounds like body measurements. Yeah. Sound like it could be Dolly Parton's body measurements. One was driving a car and the other one in the baby seat. Well, the older one could drive the one in the baby seat around. Oh, wow, Aaron. Really? Your mom liked the garden too. My grandparents on my dad's side had 10 children. My dad came from a big southern family that, because my grandparents were farmers. So you know who did a lot of the work on the farm? The kids did. 36, 19, and 17 with a 12-year-old grandson. Betty Blue says, three girls in my family. I'm a twin, and all us girls gave my dad a football team. Well, my dad told me when I first got married, he said him and my mom had half the football team. Now it was up to me to have the other half. I said, Daddy, that's not going to happen. I couldn't see me with six kids. Oh, my goodness. April says, I might have fake teeth, but my boobs are real. The things that y'all think to post. April said she's still waiting for a granddaughter. My grandma would get mad at my granddaddy and call him old goat. Yep, we're still on, Shelley. I know my dad always had a garden every summer because he grew up on the farm, you know. He was used to farming and having big gardens, and so we always had plenty of fresh vegetables. I've only got one granddaughter. My daughter never had children, and I wish she did because that would have at least gave me more grandchildren, but she never had children. Would care enough. Yep, laughing is the best medicine, Kevin. It does you good to laugh. And there's Darlene. Hello, Darlene. How are you doing this evening? April's got three grandsons. Well, good, Darlene. 86 and 83 and still planting tomatoes. Well, I don't blame them. Let them plant tomatoes as long as they can plant them. I'm too tired to shower, but I have to. That's me. I get to working in the yard. I sweat so much I have to shower. You don't go to bed without a shower. Sometimes I work so hard in the yard, in the garden, a shower, relax, go to bed that night. Then I'm too tired in the morning to get up. Y'all ever happen? Did that ever happen to you? You get a good night's sleep, but when you wake up, you're too tired to get up. Oh, I bet they do. I bet they grow better tomatoes than anybody could buy at the store. I'm so tired tonight, my head feels like a big bubble. Oh, wow. Oh, well, that sounds pretty, T. Sharon. Dennis said I ran the mule. Well, that sounds like a plan, Shelley, going to Burger King. Sunburnt bubble. My son has a lot of tattoos. He started getting tattoos the day he turned 18 years old. Poor mule. Did you get a crown from Burger King? I used to love getting that crown. I would wear it till it fell apart. You had to sign for your daughter to get tattoos. Well, she must not have been old enough to get them on her own then. I don't have any tattoos. I'd love to have eyeliner, well, not eyeliner, but eyebrows tattooed on, because all my eyebrows didn't come back when I lost all my hair and everything. So I have to use eyebrow pencil. And when you sweat, it goes away and you don't have any eyebrows. So, but I'm afraid to, because if you don't go to the right person, they can make you look hideous, you know? And I wouldn't want them on real dark. I'd want them to look natural. Your younger son has a tattoo of Roy Orbison. My son has a big tattoo down his arm, but it's my granddaughter's name, Alexandra. He said that way I feel safe, because she's always going to be my daughter forever. It's not like putting a girlfriend's name or your wife's name on your arm, because you never know if you're going to end up in divorce, and then maybe you don't want their name on you. So he went safe and he put his own daughter's name on his arm. Yeah, I'd love to find somebody that could tattoo them on my eyebrows and they would look real natural and not look painted on. Because like I said, you get in the yard and you start sweating, it's gone. You don't have any more eyebrows. My parents were the most happy eating garden tomato sandwiches in July. Oh, they're so good. Oh my God. My son realizes now what I was telling him, that I kept telling him I didn't like store bought tomatoes unless they were like from a produce stand or something, because they don't taste the same as a homegrown tomato. He didn't believe me, or he didn't realize what I meant till he started growing his own, and he said, "Yeah, you're right. When you grow your own tomatoes, they taste different and they taste better." Young girls here wear false eyelashes. Well, they do here too. I can't keep them on, so I don't wear them. I'm covered in tattoos. Always got a meaning. Got the time of birth of my boys. Well, my son's got them all over his arms, both of them. And he's got tattoos on the back of his neck that go up in his hairline. He's got a dragon on one arm, and the head comes up like on his back of his hand. Looks cool. Yep, nothing better than a BLT with a real garden tomato. Well, thank you, vintage country girl. I try. Oh gosh, vintage country girl. She says I had a facelift at 49, and I wish they had added a drawstring. Oh my goodness. Don't get you started on Tammy Faye. Well, I got a double chin down here, but there's not a whole lot I can do about it. I hate it, but hey, what can you do? It's there. I know that the tomato sauce that you make with homegrown tomatoes tastes so much better than store bought. Yeah, if you had a drawstring, you could just tighten it when it needed it. You wouldn't have to go back in for another surgery or another facelift. Just use tape. Well, some of them are doing that. Pull everything up and tape it up. I'd look Chinese. Could you imagine pulling everything up and clamping it down to where you don't have wrinkles? I don't know what they do with my face. I'd end up looking like an Oriental. I know. Well, she's got the money and she's had good surgeons to do hers. Because you see so many of these movie stars that go in for surgeries and it doesn't look good. Dolly's actually worked. Oh, you let them use it for advertising? Oh, wow. You still have 11 quarts of tomato sauce from last year, 39 tomato plants this year. Yep, they're honor badges. I'll tell you, all the wrinkles, you earn every one of them, just like you earn the gray hair, even though I cover mine up. I should let it go natural and just let the gray show. See how gray I am. It'd probably scare me to see how gray I am. I know it's salt and pepper because I can see it when the roots grow out, but there's a lot of gray in there. Dennis, you're crazy. Said today Fields had a remedy for a double chin. She hit it repeatedly with her fingers. She said, my chin is still the same, but man, look how much weight I lost in my finger. Yeah, Michael Jackson was. He should have left himself alone. Bleaching his skin and going through all those surgeries. That was crazy. Yep, they all come back. And there's Patty C. Good evening, Patty. How was Patty this evening? Welcome to our chat. We try to keep everybody laughing. I know he was addicted to plastic surgery, and I think he was trying to turn himself into a white person, which was crazy. He should have left himself alone. He didn't need nose surgery. He didn't need to bleach his skin out. He didn't need to do any of that stuff. Well, good for you, Patty. Yeah, you need to embrace who you are. I know a lot of people that I grew up with, they don't like it because I dye my hair. And they say, why don't you grow old gracefully? Because they all let their hair just go gray. And you know what my response to them was? I said, I am growing old as gracefully as I know how. It's lightning outside. I hope we don't have another thunderstorm coming. But they said we probably will get another storm tonight. Yeah, I am growing old as gracefully as I know how. I mean, I look around and I know there's young girls that bleach their hair out to where it looks gray. And they spend a lot of money to make it look that way. And here I am covering all mine up. Little buddy's outside. I gave him food a while ago and he's happy. But it's lightning out there now. I hear it thundering. So he'll probably be coming back to the door pretty soon. He'll want in if it starts storming. He don't like to stay outside when the weather gets bad. He wants to come in. I don't know. It's whenever everybody wants to play. Most of the people that have been coming in chat have wanted to take a break. They didn't really want to play trivia, so. And I noticed every time we started playing trivia, a lot of people left chat. A lot of people stopped watching. So I said, well, we can give trivia a break for a little while. Catherine, I'm Bowling. I'm originally from North Carolina myself. A little town called Atkinson, North Carolina. Far from Wilmington, the port city right on the ocean. Not long, not far from Carolina and Wrightsville Beach. That's the area that I'm from originally, and I've lived here in Texas for 40 years now. Your skunk look, Patty. I might would let it go completely gray if I could stand to let it grow out. I just don't like the gray roots 2 or 3 inches and then the rest of it's darker. I've thought about streaking it, but I don't know. I know Wrightsville Beach, Carolina Beach, Fort Caswell, all that area. That's where I'm from. I actually lived on Oak Island, Long Beach, before we moved to Texas years ago. I loved it on Long Beach. I didn't want to move. I wanted to stay there. But my ex-husband, who was my husband at the time, his job transferred him to Texas, to Comanche Peak, and we ended up divorced after we moved out here. He's already retired, and he's back in North Carolina, and I'm still here. I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but hair dye has benzene in it. Y'all should do research on benzene. I don't know what benzene is. They call her the streak. Yeah, the soldiers from Fort Bragg always come into Wilmington on leave to party and date and all that kind of stuff. We used to have a lot of soldiers coming into to Wilmington. My hometown is a couple of hours drive from Fort Bragg. Topsail Beach, Surf City, that's not far from where my hometown is. The shag. My hair was cut in the shag for many years. Use henna dye. I usually buy the cheapest I can find because I can't afford the expensive stuff. Did you mow? I didn't. It's been rainy here. I haven't been able to. Ask what were the rules on trivia. There really it wasn't any rules on trivia. I just asked the questions and people would give answers. And whenever we decided to stop playing at the end of the night, whoever had the highest score was the winner. And I'd usually give out some kind of prize for the winner. Yeah, I used to work in Wilmington every day when I still lived at home. It was about 20 miles from my hometown, Wilmington was. And I used to work out on Oleander Drive. I worked in a store called J.M. Fields, which it's not there anymore. I think they closed the whole chain of department stores down. But I used to be a department manager for J.M. Fields years ago. Oh, wow. Got stuck in the revolving. You got stuck in the... Well, we didn't have a revolving door at the JM Fields I worked at. It says if you ingest benzene, it may cause vomiting, irritation in the stomach, sleepiness, convulsions, rapid heart rate. Well, I don't eat it. Benzene is more commonly used in industrial process to make plastics, resins, synthetic fibers, lubricants, dyes, and more. Benzene can cause a range of adverse health effects depending on the amount, duration, and how it enters the body. Exposure can occur through breathing, eating, drinking, or skin contact. In large amounts, benzene may cause vomiting, irritation, stomach. Well, I already read that. Long-term exposure to benzene has been linked to life-threatening side effects such as anemia and cancer, most notably different forms of leukemia. What does benzene do to your body? High levels exposure can severely damage the lungs, cause fluid accumulation and bleeding, which is often fatal. In addition, highly concentrated benzene vapors or spills I had a pop-up that just in. Highly concentrated benzene vapors or spills of liquid benzene on the skin can cause second-degree burns. If you or a loved one has been harmed by benzene exposure, contact this law firm. That doesn't sound good. Everything we got out there is harmful to you, looks like. I know hairdressers have to breathe all that stuff. Patty says, eeks, no wonder I'm a mess. If it was today, you could have sued. Well, my granddaughter went to cosmetology school to be a hairdresser, but she chose not to keep pursuing that for some reasons, you know. And now she actually is a dog groomer, believe it or not. And she makes pretty good money, she says. They say she could make more money being a dog groomer than a beautician in a beauty shop, so. And the dogs don't complain. Yeah, mine would probably look good. I did let it go gray one time years ago, and it was short. And I liked it okay, but I got tired of it. I got tired of the gray. But I'm getting tired of dyeing it now, so. And I'm getting tired of long hair. So one of these days, you're liable to see one of my videos or lives, and I may have a different hairdo. Jerked me up so hard it broke my ankle and the shoe stayed in the track. Oh, wow. I know they're all dyeing their hair to make it look like it's gray. Don't ask me why. Now, if our swimming pool was still open, I could have instant gray, naturally gray hair. Because once you got in that chlorinated water, it took all the dye out. If I could change it that quick, I'd probably do it. But now most of the pools have switched over and they put salt in the water now to purify it, not chlorine. It's in hand sanitizer too, unsafe levels. Wow, I didn't know that. I think unsafe stuff is in everything they produce nowadays. Their hair turned green. Your pools there are salt. Yeah, most everybody's going to putting salt in the pools instead of the chlorine like they used to. I remember using Sun-In and my hair was cantaloupe colored. I remember that Sun-In. I think that was the very first stuff that I started using on my hair to lighten it. Because my hair is naturally kind of a medium brown to dark brown. It's not blonde. You have a cement pond. Well, I had a cement pond at the end of my street, but they filled it in with dirt, so we don't have a pool anymore. Or a cement pond. It's a kiddie park now. Well, good for you, April. She's a natural blonde. Can't see my eyebrows. Let's see how long. Oh, my goodness. We've been on here for over 3 hours, y'all. Are y'all getting tired? Or do you want to keep staying and chatting? I don't have a street. I have a dirt path. I got dirt paths and streets. Because they're blonde. With me, it is natural. Tenny says, not tired. I'm listening and playing games. It showed up on YouTube. I waited for 2 days to see you again, Linda. Oh, well, it's nice to be loved. I'm going to have to start going live more often, I think. And with me, you never know. I might just at the spur of the moment just go live and not notify anybody. And if you got your notifications turned on, it'll let you know that I'm live. Like, surprise, here I am. My gray is around my face. I need a haircut also. I'm trying to go gray gently, so I'm playing with my hair as it develops in gray. Well, mine's natural. It's just colored. I mean, I don't curl it or anything. I don't straighten it, but I do color it. Good night, all. I've got to go to bed, work in the morning. Okay, Patty C. You have a blessed night and have a good day tomorrow. We got to go too. It's 10:22 p.m. Still got 38 watching. But we've been on here for 3 hours and 18 minutes, y'all. I'll be put you to sleep in a minute. Diana, you should just walk backwards. Get ready for my date tomorrow with MJ. Vintage Country Girl says it's 11:30 p.m. where she's at. So she's on Eastern time. Eastern Standard Time. I'm on Central Time. And April's Pacific. No, she's... What are you, April? You're like 4 or 5 hours earlier than us. Connie is Pacific time because she's 2 hours earlier. T. Sharon says, hell, I'm too old to care how I look. And Kevin he's Central Time. He's 10:30. I was fixing to say goodnight, but I'm listening and finishing my crochet. Well, okay, Diana. I know I can outlast y'all. Darlene is Eastern Standard Time, so she's an hour ahead. And Dennis says retired and have nothing better to do. It's 5:30 in Hawaii where April is. So what time zone is that considered, April? I don't even know if you have a time zone for Hawaii. It's just that time. I guess maybe the United States is the only people that have time zones. Me too. I'm going to the hospital tomorrow to get drug-induced sleep. Oh, wow. Hawaiian time. We're always late for everything. Ocean time. It's good-looking Italian guys on the beach in Speedos time. Just an hour and a half from you. Maui time. I wish all well do you and embrace it, love and prayers, all until we meet again. Stay safe. It's 5 o'clock. Well, it's 1 o'clock somewhere too. April's out throwing the ball for her dog. Oh, ask April about her Italian guys in the Speedos. They're out there on her beach all the time. She gets to watch them. That's why she's going outside all the time. Don't let her fool you. She said she's out feeding her dogs or feeding her animals. She's out watching those Italian hunks in their Speedos. Oh my goodness, here we go again. She's in Hawaii, vintage country girl. April's in Hawaii. She lives in Maui. 5:30 in England. Good night, everyone. Good night, Erin. Okay, Diana, good night. Yeah, guys, we got to get off here. I appreciate each and every one of you from coming into my live chat tonight. We've had a good time. We always do. But y'all have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. And I'll see you on my next live. Watch my videos. Good night, y'all.